Hello everyone, myself Sangeeta Prajapati. Today I am going to discuss a topic that is GST on e-commerce. The world is temporarily closed. Yes, you heard it right. The world is temporarily closed due to COVID. And the life of human beings, and not only the human beings but also the businesses and nations are in depression. On the other hand, these days, social media making such terms like stay home, stay safe is quite popular, and we are not stepping out from our home. So here a very important question arises that how we can purchase our basic necessities. So this is through from your smartphone. So there is a linkage between your smartphone and e-commerce. Because of all these parameters, e-commerce businesses are growing so rapidly and making billions of profits. So hence the government is also introduced some new provisions through GST which was not there before the commencement of GST law. So here we need to understand also, so is there any kind of definition that define e-commerce in GST law? So yes, as per section 2, clause 44 of the CGST Act 2017 says that e-commerce means supply of goods and services or both, including the digital product over the digital and electronic network. So let's understand what are the e-commerce business model. So basically, broadly, we have two kinds of business model. First, the inventory based e-commerce business model, and the second one is marketplace e-commerce business model and specified services. So these terms sounds little bit technical, but I'll break down and make it simple for you. So first, let's understand what is inventory based e-commerce business model. So it means the inventory of goods and services or both is owned by the e-commerce entity and supplied directly to the customer. So in this case, we can see that there is two parties involved. First, the supplier, and the second one is the e-commerce operator. So the perfect example of such kind of business model is Lenskart. Basically, Lenskart follows two kinds of business model. The first one is franchisee model and the second one is e-commerce business model. So franchisee model means you can purchase the Lenskart product from offline stores, and the second was e-commerce model. That means you can purchase the Lenskart product from the Lenskart website, not the Amazon, not the Flipkart, from their own websites. Now let's understand the definition of e-commerce operator. So as per section 2 clause 45 of the CGST Act 2017 states that any person who own, operate and manage the digital or electronic platform for e-commerce is called as the e-commerce operator. So now let's discuss the GST implications in such kind of business model. So let's understand what are the registration requirement in GST for these kind of businesses. So as per section 22 of the CGST Act states that the registration shall be mandatory if the aggregate turnover exceeds the threshold limit. This threshold limit depend on the states. It may be 20 lakh or 40 lakh depending on your state. So let's discuss about the levy and collection. So levy and collection in these businesses as per the forward charge mechanism. Forward charge mechanism means GST is collected by the supplier from the buyer and paid directly to the government. Now let's discuss what are kinds of return they need to file. So they need to file GSTR 1, 3B, 9, 9C. So here a very interesting question in the GST that talks about the TCS. So let's discuss about the tax collected at source, means the TCS. So TCS shall be collected when the goods belonging to the third party is supplied over e-platform and the consideration is received by the vendor. So in this business model, basically we have two parties, so the TCS provisions are not applicable in these kind of business model. Lastly, we have to discuss that about the input tax credit. So the input tax credit can be claimed as per section 16 and 17 of the CGST Act. So let's now move on to our second business model, that is marketplace e-commerce business model and specified services. So first we need to understand what is marketplace e-commerce business model. It means providing an information technology platform as a facilitator between the buyer and seller. So here we can see there are three parties involved. First is the buyer, second is vendor, and the third one is the e-commerce operator. The perfect example of such kind of business model is Amazon. So now let's discuss about the GST implication on these kind of business model. So first we need to understand about the registration. So as per section 24 clause 10 of the CGST Act 2017 states that the benefit of threshold exemption is not available to such kind of e-commerce operator and they are liable to register. So as per section 24 clause 10 of the CGST Act 2017 states that the exemption limit is not available to such kind of e-commerce business operator and they are liable to register irrespective of the value of supply made by them. So here a very interesting question strike in our mind. So the person supplying the goods and services through e-commerce operator is also liable to get registration. So the answer is, as per section 24 clause 9 of the CGST Act 2017 states that these persons are also liable to get registered irrespective of the value of supply made by them. But here the requirement is applicable when the goods and services supply over through an e-commerce operator which is liable to collect TCS under section 52 of the CGST Act. Now let's move on and try to understand the specified services under section 9 subsection 5 of the CGST Act. So the government specified three kinds of services by a notification on which the e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. The first service is the service of transportation of passengers by taxi. The perfect example of such kind of services is the Ola and Uber. So the next service is service of accommodation in guest house and hotels. The perfect example of such kind of services is Trivago. So the last service is service of housekeeping. The perfect example of such kind of services is Urban Clubs. So now discuss the registration process and registration requirement of these kind of three services. So now let's discuss about the registration regarding the three specified services. So as per section 24 clause 10, the e-commerce operator is required mandatorily to get registered irrespective of the value supply made by them. So here there again a very interesting question arises. So the person supplying services over such kind of e-commerce operator is also liable to get registration. So in case our first services, the service of transportation of passengers, they are mandatorily required to get registered irrespective of the value of supply made by them. The other two services, the service of accommodation and the service of housekeeping, they need to register when the aggregate turnover is exceed the exemption limit as per section 22 of the CGST Act. So let's now discuss about the levy and collection. So levy and collection in these kind of business model is as per the forward charge mechanism. And the last one we need to discuss about the input tax credit. So yes, these businesses can also take the input tax credit, the supplier and the e-commerce operator both, as per the section 16 and 17 of the CGST Act 2017. So that's enough for today guys. We are winding up our session. If you have any query and doubts regarding this topic, then you can comment below on the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye bye.